Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Tom, and if I'm talking, it must be Tuesday. I'm calling in from Washington, D.C., where I'm attending a meeting of the National Governors Association to learn more about the Family First Prevention Services Act, which I think we'll find is the biggest change in child welfare law in the last 30 years, and it's going to be a lot of work to implement it. But I want to talk to you today about your work environment. I want to talk to you today about how to improve that environment, and I want to talk to you today about just culture. Just culture is a concept that came out of high-risk environments, and all of us work in a high-risk environment. There's uncertainty in what we do, whether it's in improving benefits and considering what people are eligible for, and certainly on the child welfare side in determining whether a child is safe. And as y'all know, safety is my #1 priority. So how do we get to safety? We get to safety through culture. Just culture concept comes out of hospital work primarily. And so in hospitals, as you know, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of risk. People can die if they're not treated properly. But interestingly, the studies show that the hospitals that have the highest success rates, the safest hospitals, are those in which there are the highest number of reported errors. Why? Because most mistakes, most issues, most errors don't result in a tragedy. Those hospitals have created an environment in which workers, whether they're orderlies or doctors or nurses, all feel confident that they can report problems to management, and that management will not punish them or come back on them or retaliate, that everybody will say, yes, thank you for reporting that issue to us. We're going to support you, and we're going to learn from that, and we're going to create a culture in which we use errors and mistakes to improve policy, to improve practice, and to create a workforce with wisdom. Because where does wisdom come from? Wisdom comes from experience, and experience, all too often, as we all know, comes from making mistakes. So this is the way we're going to get there. You're going to see my email pop up in a moment, talkwithtom@dhs.ga.gov. I always want y'all to report any issue in which you feel that we're not doing things right, any mistakes that you see that are being made, any situation in which the policy or practice that has come down from on high is not working where the rubber meets the road. And I want to create a culture among our supervisors and our managers that is supportive of you on the front lines when you have an issue or a complaint or are critical of something, or when you make a mistake. And this is how, folks, we're going to get to the point at which our frontline workers have the confidence of the public, the same confidence that the public puts in policemen and firemen and first responders and the military. We want you on the front lines to have what Daniel Pink calls the big three of a great workplace: the discretion and autonomy to do what you know is right, the mastery of your job, which only comes through learning and learning from mistakes as well, and the sense that what you're doing is for a much larger purpose, which it is. You're working for the safety of children and families throughout Georgia. I want to end with a quote, I've got it right here, from a guy named Don Norman, who's author of The Design of Everyday Things. People make errors which lead to accidents. Accidents lead to deaths. The standard solution is to blame the people involved. If we find out who made the errors and punish them, we solve the problem, right? Wrong. The problem is seldom the fault of an individual. It is the fault of the system. Change the people without changing the system, and the problems will continue. Folks, help me change the system, and may you work here for a long time. May you find purpose in your work, and may you get to where you are truly wise in how to deal with the struggles of families and children everywhere. Thanks. See y'all next week. Bye.